What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, DJ, the owner and jockey of the Men of War Stables. Back here with another video. Today, I'll be showing you the review of the Endless Stride Pro and the breeding guide of the Akhal-Teke for the grade 5 and above. Now, what's about to come here is me showcasing the original trade pool or the trade arrangement of the Akhal-Teke that was sold in the market, the grade 7. This Akhal-Teke trades, do read them as I click on them. I was trying to figure out what exactly can I do for this build before I started breeding it for the grade 5s and above. And as usual, I always start breeding on my grade 7s because they have equally distributed bonus stats. The full bonus stats are always +3. Now what's about to come here is a race that trait activates on, the Endless Stride Pro. As I clicked on it, I hope you read what it said. We will be running the 3200 here. Now looking at the trade pool, we had the Crystal Coat and the Swampy Strider with the Akhal-Teke's Endless Stride Pro as a gold badge. Now we could see that the trades there, first of all, we were lacking essential traits to make that distance 3200. In this case, don't mind my bad break. In that case, we would have been able to have perfect distance and started this race with full stamina if we had traits like Thundering Hooves. So me already testing this horse out was to try and identify which traits I could add into the generic pool or into the bloodline of this Akhal-Teke cross that I was trying to make. Now I wanted to test the Endless Stride Pro because it said superior acceleration in distances from 2400 and above, and sprint energy lasts longer. Now whenever I start to sprint here, look, I don't even double tap. This shows you that having the Pro badge Akhal-Teke is gonna be one of the most overpowered thing you can do in the live events. Look at me galloping this monster without even double tapping or using any method of jockeying to try preserve stamina. So it shows that the Endless Stride Pro as a Pro badge, not a silver badge, is gonna run different from the Endless Stride Silver. We do have a Pro badge which is gold in this case, in this photo. It's always gonna outdo the one that's silver, maybe paired with the gold Fleet Dash or the gold Blazing Hoof. So in this case, I knew that the build that I wanted to make will not in any way incorporate Blazing Hoof or Fleet Dash. I wanted superior Endless Stride Pro, that superior benefits that we're getting fully from that trait as a gold badge. So this is my grade 7 Serene, and me clicking on the gold Blazing Hoof there is to show you that we are gonna have to then start breeding a new generation of thoroughbreed that did not incorporate the gold Blazing Hoof. I wanted to build a cross Akhal-Teke. Do read what I'm trying to say there on the name. So you can see I'm trying to explain to you guys that we're trying to make a new generation of thoroughbreed, pure breeds which did not incorporate the gold Blazing Hoof. Why? When I was jockeying that horse, I imagined a build. This is me and I'm analyzing the trait. It's excellent for marathons, as you guys saw that. Who even presses sprint from 400 meters all the way there and it still performed well. And that horse did not even have lightning bolt and hard and fast. Now before you breed, you have to review the horse like what I did. Ideally, the generic trait pool I want was to have on my pure breed thoroughbreds like this I had on the grade 7 exotic. Our goal is to have a generation of traits from the thoroughbred side as lightning bolt, hard and fast, and thundering hoof. those were the 3 traits missing from the Akhal-Teke build. When I jockeyed, I imagined having those 3 traits with the Pro Endless Stride. Now, some of you might be wondering, why are you starting with thoroughbreds instead of just going to breed Akhal-Teke? Well, here's the thing. You have to know that for you to crossbreed, you need 2 different pure breeds. In this case, we were trying to, not trying, but we were aiming to breed a new generation of thoroughbred which had the correct arranged traits, which was lightning bolt, hard and fast, and thundering hooves. Imagine a stack effect of lightning bolt, because when I clicked on the traits earlier on, when I was clicking on the traits on Serene, you could read that under lightning bolt, it told us that you will have our stamina kind of refills faster when it's on the final stretch. And then hard and fast allows this horse as a firm track, because we're targeting a firm, to run hard and very hard track surfaces. And also that lightning bolt effect that allows stamina to recover quickly when you're in the final stretch from 200 to the finish line. It has a stack effect, which means it's gonna be recovering really quickly, which means from 200 to the finish line, you never even have to try double tap or use any form of jockeying to preserve stamina. You just have to click the stamina button. On the live events, that's going to be very crucial, because you get a different response in terms of speed and acceleration when you click and hold the sprint bar. Here we got the colt that we needed. We're then going to use him to breed. I'll showcase his generic pull to show that we were trying to push that C that we got from the previous stallion out of the pedigree, only allowing this horse in this pedigree to give us A stars, A's, or maybe a B. Now, as I was saying is that we would love that stack effect, because you get a different response time and explosiveness from your horse when you hold in the sprint button, as opposed to holding it and then tapping it or double tapping it to get a more stable rhythm of sprint that allows you to preserve stamina. So we were trying to build a very, very aggressive, deadly Akhal-Teke build. Think of it like this. If I could hold the stamina button all the way from there, 400 meters to the finish line with our second wind gold. As I still say these things, please pay attention to what's happening. This mare, we are going to call her Project X mare. She will then be used in our future project for crossbreeding. Now, as I was saying, imagine me holding the sprint button from somewhere like 700-ish, holding it in and then double tapping or using any form of tapping to preserve stamina until we get to the 200, where I just hold it in again. The takeoff time of the Pro Endless Trekkie Pride is going to be different from that of the Akhal-Teke that has a silver badge. Now, here is the stallion that we originally started with. Our aim on the Akhal-Teke side is to arrange trades like this on the stallion called Akhal-Teke. Now, how did we get here? We had to breed a new generation of Akhal-Teke that had arranged traits so that when we crossbreed, we get the guaranteed trait generic pool. My bad. As you can see, that is the mare that we bred there from the thoroughbred side. I'm just showing you her pedigree, that she has very strong pedigree. We paired her with another Akhal-Teke stallion that had the same traits as the firm stallion that we showed earlier. Our goal is to target a crossbreed that had one of the traits from the thoroughbred side. In this case, the Akhal-Teke did not even have hard and fast. It did not even have lightning bolt. So we needed to take an Akhal-Teke stallion and then breed it with that new generation thoroughbred that did not have cold blazing hoof that I was explaining to you about, in order to try pull for the exotic traits that we had from the mare side. In this case, we did get a stallion, and then we got lucky and we inherited hard and fast. But sadly, we could not use the stallion now because we did not have a mare purebred Akhal-Teke. but we had to then fish with him again to try and get a filly. And if you're looking at the percentage on the thoroughbreed side there, it was going up to 75%, which means now we have to breed a lot of times with the purebred Akhal-Teke stallion in order to further bring that percentage of the TB thoroughbreed. In short, we needed to bring it down. In this case, we got a firm track surface. Why am I happy with firm track surface? You have to understand the live event races. On live events under the odds category, which is the 3, the grade 3, the grade 5, the grade 7, and then the grade 9, we have a marathon live event race which starts 2,400 firm, and then we have the 2,800 very hard and the 3,200 very hard. Therefore, the picture there that I showed you is that now we're gonna start breeding this filly that we were aiming for with that purebred stallion Akhal-Teke. Now let me go back to just telling you what you need to know. There are marathon races that I was trying to tell you about. If you have the 2,400 firm or any firm horse that has hard and fast, it allows that marathon horse to run the firm and the hard and very hard races that I named. In this case, there were the 2,800 very hard and the 3,200 very hard. There's also, I think there's maybe a 3,000 hard or very hard also in there. So this horse alone with hard and fast will be able to run the firm 2,400, the 3,000 hard, or is it very hard, something like that, and then the 2,800 very hard, as well as the 3,200 very hard. One horse will be able to do that. Now, as I speak about these things, explaining to you, always try and read what I'm writing on the screen right there on the name. Now, you could tell the original generic pool of traits from the Akhal-Teke. They were horrible. The swampy strider and the crystal coat. I don't like that shiny coat. It adds nothing to performance. It's just there for kind of cosmetic. We were trying to get rid of it, and the swampy strider. Now, you saw that breeding that crossbreed Akhal-Teke until we had sort of like a stallion like this. It shows you that he is a purebred. We had to breed with the sire off camera, trying to kind of inherit hard and fast and lightning bolt on a new generation purebred Akhal-Teke. That former stallion, purebred, we no longer use him moving forward. We only want to inherit lightning bolt, hard and fast, and endless stride pro here. Trust me, it will be key to inherit these traits. And after breeding a couple of times, we got to this filly. You see, this is our first success in terms of traits, but sadly, we are losing distance. And after this also, we got the stallion. First of all, sorry, this is the filly now. The first one was a colt, now this is a stallion. This is now a new generation of Akhal-Teke with racing traits, unlike the original sire. Now, through rebreeding those children that we bred from the sires and the grandsires, the generation of those foals being born, we rebreed them over and over again in order to boost their stats while maintaining the track surface and distance at least at 2,000. As you can see here, we started off with A's, and an A star. Now look, we at least have like 3 A stars and we're going forward. We're gonna rinse and repeat this process over and over and over and over and over until we have better generation of Akhal-Teke. You can see here that we had misfortunes. Now, I bred so many times, you guys have no idea. I'm currently at 0 gold. Imagine the amount of gold I had. Thousands and thousands, and it's gone, to show you that it takes a lot of time. Even though I might have made this in like 20 minutes or so, it did not take 20 minutes-ish for me to get these. Now, after breeding for as long as I can count, we finally got an excellent stallion. That is the horse that I showed you that I named Akhal-Teke before we started breeding this new generation. we compared the father's traits with the trait pool that we wanted. This was the stallion that we named Akhal-Teke, and now we bred until we had a perfect stallion. These were the stallions that we were using to breed, and because now we have a better, not a better, but then perfect, my bad, perfect stallion in terms of traits and the track surface as well as the distance that we liked, it is time for us to say goodbye to the former stallions that had the correct traits but the poor stats. We had to say goodbye to them, you know. This was the father of that stallion. That's what I'm writing there. So since we have now a perfect stallion, we no longer need these other stallions. We get rid of them because the one that we bred will have 100% better chance of giving us better foals or max stat foals when crossbreeding. Now guys, it finally now goes to the part where you guys rush to, which is the crossbreeding, and then look what will happen here as we crossbreed. From here on, every time we crossbreed, we are gonna get guaranteed traits. In this case, it's gonna be the lightning bolt, hard and fast thundering hooves, and the endless stride. This Akhal-Teke guy, he is a stallion. We are gonna have to rebreed him with the foals we get as a crossbreed from these two different pure breeds that we had to breed and fix their traits up until that endless stride turns pro from silver. As you looked at the color, it was silverish and blue. We wanted goldish and with that blue on it, but we don't want it silverish with blue. That's what I mean, the badge turns pro. Now the first result, because the mother and the father had excellent stats, close to excellent, look at what happened. We got a colt. Sadly, this is not a filly, and it hurt me because also we got a very soft, because the mother's track surface was a problem. But what I loved about the sire was my purebred Akhal-Teke. He had everything in his pedigree as firm, and also his base track surface was a firm. So as much as it scared me now, I knew that we were eventually gonna get the track surface we wanted. That's why I had to rebreed my Akhal-Teke, the superior breed we want to rule this build, to make sure that it had the firm. Even though we had a medium filly here, 1800, I knew that because she's a 50-50 cross right now, Akhal-Teke and thoroughbreed, to make her badge 10 pro, we were only gonna breed with the sire, which had a generation of firms, and her stats, not her stats, but his stats, my bad. His stats were perfect. So I knew that it was gonna take time. And trust me, it did take time, because the crossbreed we got here, it had contaminated pedigree. There's a very soft head, track surface is a medium, he has softs also in there, but we had at least 4 firms in her pedigree. That's why I was happy. I was like, even though it's gonna take time, it can be done and it will be done. Now breeding with a pure breed, again, look at the percentage split on the defined or definite breed makeup. It goes to 75% Akhal-Teke, and after breeding for as long as I can count, we do get an 1800 firm. Now what scared me is we are losing distance every time we breed. It's a glitch I'm seeing in the game. And going forward, I will show you the glitches that happen when you breed. That's what I don't like about this game. It never allows you to maintain distance. A newer generation will eventually have perfect stats and arranged traits, but it will lose somehow like 200 meters from the distance. This one was a 75% Akhal-Teke. Now she 100% will be the mother of a champion horse. You just watch and see. So now this is me just writing what I normally write, so that if you guys don't get my voiceover, if it's confusing, read what I'm writing there. This is just me telling you we rebreed the daughter over and over with the father until the Endless Stride turns its color from silverish blue into gold blue, or just the Pro, which is the gold badge. So we needed to do this. We're just gonna breed her once with that pure breed Akhal-Teke sire, because he is 100% Akhal-Teke. He has a very strong percentage of Akhal-Teke from his side. So breeding once from 75 with a pure breed is gonna give you an 88% Akhal-Teke, and the badge obviously turns Pro as soon as it's 80% and above. But don't push it all the way to 90, because you're gonna lose 3 traits. You're gonna lose the 4 traits, my bad, and only remain with 3. Eventually now that will turn what we are working hard to have into a pure breed. And sadly, we don't want pure breeds. We want to have a crossbreed so that we have 4 traits that give us an added advantage with the trait pool on the live events for the horse to perform well. As you can see here, even though this horse had very soft mediums and stuff like that, I knew that the sire, like I've said before, he will be the guy who liberates us obviously from this contaminated pedigree. Now you can tell there it went to 88% Akhal-Teke. The Endless Stride, as I click on the generic trait outcomes, is Pro. Now I will show you how difficult this was, even though it was not supposed to be difficult. This is where the breeding glitches come. This is only one step from perfect. This cross that we are breeding of the sire Akhal-Teke, who had perfect stats, but you will see what was coming up. No one in this pedigree had a medium. No, only her, she had a medium. The others, no one had a hard. But look at what happens here. We get this filly, near perfect. Again, the game glitched. It did not want to give me a perfect horse because the father had the perfect stats. In addition, that was a hard track surface, which was never in the pedigree. I was extremely mad. Now moving forward, here is another clip that shows you that we got a near perfect horse again. The game refused to give me a perfect horse again, and in addition we now get a firm, which hurt me. Like, we were that close. I was like, wow, we were that close, because I bred so much I lost count. And it cost a lot of money, and it cost a lot of breeding materials, and to breed a 7 takes 8 hours. So I had to wait 8 hours for this, to miss a perfect horse by 1 stat. I was extremely hurt. This would have been where I stopped, but then here's what I can tell you guys. Have character. As much as it hurts, please have perseverance, because even the build we're building right now, this is one of the most difficult builds to bring, hands down. And this is to show you that even after this, we got this now. We were close, but then look what the game did. Again, guys, it gave me a medium. But guys, as you know, man, we push, man. So yeah, guys, as usual, man. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, DJ, the owner and jockey at the Metaphor Stables, back here with another perfect Akhal-Teke cross with the Pro Endless Stride. And we got her, man. We got her after so many times, man. I was just buzzing, man. I was just buzzing. So this is it, man, for today, guys. The Lord Jesus bless you, man. Make sure to like, subscribe. Take care, man. I'll see you in a few. Ciao.